Since the dawn of time, the brave subscribers of the Aquilae company have been a part of our world-renowned experimental vehicle program. We've built the Aquilae 124, 548, and even 820 models in the past, but today we're going to push past the boundaries of what we think is possible. Why are we doing this, you ask? Because simply, why not? This is by far the largest and arguably most complex ship I've ever built. It has a thrust-to-weight ratio of 1.8, a total mass of over 1,000 tons, a dry mass of 537 tons, and is composed of over 300 parts. It also comes in at a whopping 125 meters tall, which is over 350 feet. This thing is huge, and you guys get to ride on it. The Aquilae 1000 is the most high-capacity ship ever built by the Aquilae Space Company. With an incredible 1,050 seats and sheer Kerbal spirit, this new Starliner promises to set records across the board for our channel and for our space company. Today, you, my 1,000 subscribers, are going to be boarding this ship and taking the journey with me to space for our maiden voyage. I'd like to mention that this ship is completely untested and that we've done absolutely no safety checks, and that the 50th or the 1050th seat is located on the exterior of the vehicle, so you must bring your spacesuit. So, without further ado, get to your seats and let's get this thing off the ground. Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back once again to Kerbal Space Program 2. Today we are in this game for a very special reason, and that is the channel has recently crossed 1,000 subscribers, and I made you guys a promise about what we would do when that happened. Previously, when we've crossed big subscriber milestones like this one, I have built Aquilae Company Starliners to take each and every one of you guys to space. So you could pay $500,000 and take a lame space trip with Jeff Bezos, or you could click a free button and get on one of these things. And it's exciting because it's never been tested, and previous launches have at least an 80% survival rate, so your odds are pretty good. So today we're going to be taking this craft with 1,050 Kerbals aboard into space. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You'll notice there is one seat on the exterior. Hang on, let me see if I can get a good look at her. I think Valentina is in the seat. Yup, there she is. All by her lonesome. So I'm going to say space in quotes today. So you're getting a space trip because we're probably not going to make it the whole way to space. But who cares? This is the jankiest craft we have ever built, and I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's kick it off. Oh, I got to check my staging. As usual, my staging is wrong. Okay, so we want to move this entire thing down here. Alright. Let's do it! Hello? Hello, game? Why no work? This is not a very good first test. Things are not looking too good. Oh, we got a little bounce. Okay, we're gonna do a little separate and fire the next engines. So pretend you didn't notice that the boosters on the bottom of the rocket are gone. We found a little problem, and that's that they don't even generate enough thrust to lift the craft off the ground, so they're essentially useless without the main engines as well. So, take two. Here we go. Fire the engines, full power, release the clamps, and we are off. Okay, good. Looking good. Good heading coming out of there. Stow the landing gear. So the landing gear are plan A. But as with any good rocket, I have incorporated a plan B. And in a similar fashion to a lot of the previous Aquilae Starliner models, this thing is covered in parachutes. Also, don't mind the strut. Everything is perfectly structurally sound here. So if things go wrong with the landing, which of course they won't, we're going to land this thing like just perfectly. It's going to be great. And then, you know, when everything does go great, we won't use the parachutes. But they're there just in case. Just in case. So we're basically going to take this thing as high as it'll go on its fuel tank. And then we're going to coast, hopefully as high, as close to space as we can get. And then we're going to come on back down and gently land back on Kerbal, assuming we don't crash already. Jeez. Oh boy, this is already unstable. Jeez. Okay, let's be calm now. I'm trying to trim the controls here to get a good stable angle. So if you don't know, it's a tip for you. If you press Alt and a direction, oh boy, oh no, oh no. Once again, we seem to have mysteriously found ourselves back on the launch pad. This craft is literally pushing the limits of what this game can handle, especially in its current state. So it's very difficult to get it to fly correctly. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to mess with it. It's going to go straight up, and then we're going to do our best to reorient it on its way down, and everything is going to be just fine. So let's try this thing out here. Okay, clamps detached, wait for the lag spike to be over, and we're off. There it is. Stow the gear. Aim for the sun and don't look back. Let's watch that vertical speed climb. I'm literally... Okay, let's toggle SAS. Just point up. That's your only task. The problem is the game, especially the SAS system, it tries to reorient the gimbaled thrusters and the rest of the plane's like control surfaces based on the current heading of the plane. But what happens is the plane gets this wobbliness to it that just, it makes it gradually like oscillate further and further, and you get what's called the Great Wobbly Rockets of Kerbal Space Program 2. So that's what we're trying to avoid here. But anyway, while we're on our way up into orbit, I just wanted to say thank you guys for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. It's a really big milestone. I honestly never thought we'd make it this far. And it's cool because the more of you there are, the higher quality content I can bring you, and the more community engagement we can get, which is really cool. Especially with Project Prometheus and things lately, people have really been engaging with the channel, which is super cool for me to see, because sometimes you make a video, you feel like you're kind of just casting it into the void, but it's cool when people engage with the content you make, and especially with stuff like that. I love to hear what you guys think. I look forward to continuing to grow the channel, and we're going to have a couple really exciting announcements in the next few days, both to celebrate 1,000 subscribers and to look forward into the future. One of those things is the community Discord is now live and public, so you can find the invite link for that in the description below this. Join that to either submit designs for Project Prometheus, you can chat with me or chat with any of the other community members. We have a really good group of people going. We also are going to have giveaways. So way back when I had like 70 subscribers, I promised that when this game, or when we reached 1,000, I would do giveaways of this game, and there may be some other things coming soon. Hint, hint. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the near future. But me and everyone behind the scenes that works on this channel are really excited to be here. We really appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'm really excited to see where this channel goes. But anyway, we are on a mission right now, and we are, let's see, we're about 3/4 of the way through our fuel supply, and we're traveling at just above Mach 1 towards space. Remember, just pretend it's space. We're actually, at this rate, we're not going to get much higher than a commercial airliner, but the aircraft appears to be relatively stable. I'm seeing minimal wobble, which is good. Theoretically, again, theoretically, we should be able to recover this thing with just parachutes. Do I believe that? Do I think that will happen? Probably not. Do I think we have a chance of survival? I'd say 80%. If you were on the last flight on board the Aquilae 800, whatever it was, we only lost 2 crew cabins at the back of the plane, which only amounts to a maximum of 32 people. And that assumes that those people were in their seats, which, knowing our security standards, they probably weren't. So we're approaching Mach 2 here, although obviously the Mach number would be different because we're high up in the atmosphere. And we're beginning to actually, we're getting close to space-ish territory. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throttle way down. I'm going to throttle way down and pitch the craft ever so slightly forward. And reorient the SAS. Try not to induce too much wobble here. And you'll see our speed will begin to decrease. Just ever so slightly. I'm watching our nav ball here. Trying to be conscious of it. Okay, that's too quick. That is too quick. We're going to tip over at that rate. The SAS is so unreliable with ships this big because... Actually, that seems to have stabilized rather nicely. Yeah, the SAS is super unreliable because, and this is just a theory, but I think the input loop, there's like lag in it because the SAS adjusts your control angle and then it gets the current position of the craft. And if there's too much lag between adjustment and input, you get those oscillations. That's how like motor controllers and that sort of stuff works. And that's why it's important to have like low latency sort of stuff. We've done pretty well here. I think we're actually going to reach space, and I'm going to shut our engines completely off. I don't think... Are we going to need to deorbit? No. Our apoapsis is 45,000 meters. That's not quite where I was aiming for. Oh boy, hang on. Okay, I'm going to burn the rest of our fuel to try to get that apoapsis up to 50,000. Come on, and... There we go, okay. And we still have a tiny bit left to make maneuver adjustments, but there she is. There are all 1,000 and however many of you it is now. I think it's like 1,030 at the time of the recording of this video. Welcome to the very edge of the atmosphere and the beginning of space. We are proud to have you aboard our little airliner today, especially whoever this is. Whoever wants this seat, feel free to claim it in the comments because you got the best view of all. And honestly, you probably have better survival odds than anyone inside the plane. So, yeah. But look at that beautiful view. So cool. I've been playing a lot of Starfield lately, so, I mean, I'm always, like, obsessed with the whole space thing, but I feel like Starfield scratches the itch in some ways that I wish Kerbal Space Program 2 did. Yeah, now that we're past 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna try to bring the Kerbal Space Program content back a little bit. One of the problems is it's difficult to continue making content on something like this because the developers aren't really doing that much, and that's, I mean, I could be wrong about that. That's just my vision of it. Oh no, I've just introduced instability. That was a mistake. Okay. Okay, please don't do that. Please. Do I have to? Okay. I think that's stabilized. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright. Not too bad. Not too bad. More things you can look forward to in the near future. We're going to be doing a lot more from the depth content. People really seem to like that, so I'm going to stick with that. Of course, there's going to be a lot more Project Prometheus. That series is far from over. By the way, I have loved seeing everyone's designs. Please keep them coming. I love the viewer engagement with that. It's super cool. And if you do submit a ship on our Discord, you can expect to see it in a video at some point. I'll periodically do like viewer submission videos like the one I did in the past. We're also going to try to bring on some new games and experiment. There is a video requests channel in the Discord, so if you want me to play anything, put it in there. Can't guarantee I'll play it, but I'll at least check it out. And thinking about bringing Stationeers back. Might do a little more city skylines. Got a couple cool things on the horizon. Lots that I'm really excited about. Lots that I can't quite speak about just yet, but that I'm super excited to bring to you guys here. So let's look at our orbit map. There you go. So if we consider the boundary of space to be 50,000 meters, which it isn't, we're going to just briefly cross that boundary in just a moment here. And then we're going to begin the descent phase of our mission. So I'm going to speed time up a little bit here. Let's see, we're climbing. Slowly does it. 49.2, 49.3. Let's speed it up a little more. And it appears to have actually slowed down. Oh, okay. We didn't quite... Our apoapsis is still reading 50,000, but we've already started our descent. So, interesting. Thank you, game. Pretend we hit 50,000. So now, this is always the most fun part of these videos, because I am really, really bad at reorienting these ships once they have left the atmosphere. But we do have kind of a favorable tilt on this one, so that's pretty good. Now let's see, do I have any control right now? I don't. So now the dilemma, do I burn the rest of our fuel to try to get us to be like belly down, or do I save it? I think I have to. So let's angle and do a controlled burn here. Okay, that might have been too much. Now I need a little fuel to stabilize. Oh, great, we're out. I don't even think we have any RCS systems, but maybe it'll stop. Oh, if it stopped like right there, that would be a perfect angle for the descent. We can even get the nose down. That's okay too. As long as we can pick up enough speed to reorient later in the process. And it actually looks like we're going to get a decent descent angle here. In fact, I am going to pitch the nose further down if possible. Okay, can we, oh no, see, now this is what happens. This is what happens. Everything's fine, by the way. Continue enjoying your complimentary beverages. Now our only hope pretty much is to flip the thing completely 180 degrees over. Otherwise, it's gonna be parachute time. Oh, okay, we've just entered the... Oh, and there's water. Actually, that might work out in our favor, that there's a water landing. Okay. You are to point down, SAS. Can you do that for me? Please? Do your best. Maybe the SAS can do it. The manual pilot can't. I am the manual pilot. I can't do it. We appear to be falling back to Earth. You wonder why I even bother putting wings on these things. I don't think any of the past 3 have made a successful, like, plane-style descent like the space shuttles did. Yeah, and it appears we have almost no control. The tough part about these two is the RCS boosters are super heavy, and we're already kind of pushing the limits of what's possible with this. So if we add much more weight to it, it becomes like untenable. Oh boy, not to mention we're getting some serious bend in this thing. Oh no. You might want to fasten your seatbelts, guys, especially this individual right here, whoever you are. Things are getting a little hairy. At 5,000 meters, I'm going to pull the parachutes. What is that, 20,000 feet? We'll wait to 3,000. That's like 9,000 feet. Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. It always makes me think of that scene in Penguins of Madagascar. I think it's the second one. No, it's not penguins. It's just Madagascar, where they land the plane, and it's just like, it's just an absolute disaster. All right, 9,000. Yep, we are in no control of this craft. Hopefully the parachutes are enough. There's 20 of them. Hopefully that's enough to slow down a like 600-ton craft. The music is picking up. I do love the game's dynamic music system. They did a great job with that. Okay, well, I guess point up if you can't point down. I mean, I could tell it to do whatever I want. It's not going to be able to do it regardless. So we're going to watch that altitude meter. You can see our vertical speed. We're falling at about negative 50 meters per second, but we are slowing down. Or negative 10? That cannot be right. Maybe I'm misreading that. Okay, 4,000. At 3,000, we pull the parachutes and we pray. Look at this thing just bending and warping. Oh my god. Okay, let's try the down again. Can you orient down? Maybe it needs more control surfaces? I don't know. Okay, getting ready to pull parachutes. In fact, I am going to save because who knows what's going to happen next. Okay, and pull.
Gear down. Gently now, you just want to kiss the ground. Just a little peck, a smooch like you're kissing your sister.
Okay, alright, now please don't break. Do we have parachutes? Oh, yep, they're here. Now will they catch? Will they catch? I think they should. Maybe it's only below 1,000 meters that they activate. I hope. Things are getting a little hairy, guys. That water is getting awfully close. Make sure your suitcases, if you brought any, are stowed safely beneath your seats or in the overhead bins. Oh, there we go. The parachutes have inflated. And hopefully I designed it so it would pitch forward. Also, if first class is at the front of the plane, if you did book a first class ticket, your odds of survival are significantly higher because there's more parachutes at the front. And now, it appears we are safely sinking back to the surface. 36 meters per second is a little bit quick, but I am optimistic. You guys might just survive. I think if we were landing on ground, I would be worried, but we are landing in the water, so it might be our saving grace. Can we get a 100% survival rate on this thing? Let's see. Impact in a couple seconds. Oh, okay, we didn't get any destructions on impact, and it's jumping like a dolphin. Okay, physics are getting a little janky here. Please fall forward. In fact, I'm gonna cut the parachutes now. Actually, I have to do that manually, so we're not doing that. Don't tell me it's gonna balance like that. That would be so Kerbal Space Program. It just reaches equilibrium. Are you serious? Look at that. I did a Falcon 9 style landing in the ocean. How does that make any sense? Actually, I should be saying, yes, I'm an expert pilot. I trained for years at the Aquilae Company Space Flight School, and that's how I'm able to do one of these vertical water-based landings. No other person in the history of anything can land a space plane like this. So thank you very much for flying aboard the Aquilae Space Company Aquilae 1000 or 1050 model that we have here today. On a serious note, I really appreciate each and every one of you that has helped us reach this milestone. I'm going to continue to try to level up the channel, the content we bring to you guys, and the opportunities that we have for you to engage and be part of the community. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Look forward to more 1,000 subscriber special announcements later in the week, and I hope you have a wonderful day.